Hey guys, how you all doing? The Wrestling Guy back here today, joined by the chairman of the board, and today we have our weekly hot or cold session. So, due to some technical difficulties, we weren't able to upload last week, so we've kind of merged last week and this week together, and we're just going to do a big hot or cold session for you guys today. Just want to give a quick shout out as well to Carillion Prints for these wonderful t-shirts that they've done for us. Really, really good job, guys. So thank you very much for that.
We have logos.
Yeah, really, really good job. Really impressed with it. So thank you, guys. Go and check out Carillion Print if you would need any custom t-shirts or merchandise. They've obviously done a fantastic job. I'm really impressed with.
They're fantastic. Absolutely
done.
love it. And
So,
lovely, lovely, comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Nice fit.
Yeah. So
brilliant job.
go and check them out if you need it. And thank you very much for your services. Okay, so let's get things off with Raw. So last week we had a couple of things happened. It was the first Raw episode after WrestleMania, and it was actually cast as the worst Raw episode after WrestleMania.
Yeah, got a lot of bad criticism on this. I think a lot of people were expecting something big to happen. We know what it's like. The rules after WrestleMania, everybody expects that big reveal, the surprise people arriving or whatever, or a surprise title change, anything like that. And this one, in all honesty, was pretty stagnant. No Adam Cole, no Io Shirai. They were the hot favourites to be coming on up. Yeah. We did get the return of Charlotte though.
Yeah.
So not a complete disappointment on there. But I think a lot of people went in hoping that the Raw was going to be something spectacular. No, didn't hit the mark, I'm afraid.
And that moves me on to my next point. Actually, obviously, we did have the return of Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
And she attacked Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, hot for that.
Yeah,
hot for that. I like the Charlotte Rhea confrontations. Obviously from last year's WrestleMania as well, so that was good. Yeah. My only concern is that they push it too early. I don't want it to happen straight away. I'd like Rhea to have a decent run with the title for a bit. I think she deserves it. She's earned it. So I hope they don't pull the trigger on this too early. Charlotte Flair, yeah, I mean she is great. I mean she's got to be probably the best female wrestler on the roster in terms of her wrestling skills. But a lot of fans are fed up with the fact that she comes back, she wins a title straight away. It is annoying. Yeah. It is frustrating. I wouldn't mind seeing this for SummerSlam, if I'm honest. No. Get it dragged out a little bit. Make it a nice slow build. Yeah. Have Rhea defending the title, but have Charlotte sort of lurking in the background. Yeah. Rhea sort of keeps denying her opportunities until it gets closer to SummerSlam and says, "All right, come on then. If you want to do it, let's do it. Just give it a slow build. Yeah, make it a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Get us salivating for it."
Yeah, definitely. I think SummerSlam would be a great time to do it if they're going to do it. And it, like I say, we see it a lot with Charlotte Flair, don't we? If she comes back, she wins the title. Yeah. And it's like I want Rhea Ripley to have a good sort of run with the belt.
She deserves it. She deserves to run with it. Yeah. So let's hope they do that.
Okay, so the next point, I know you're very hot for this one, the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, Viking Raiders. Yeah, it's good. Very hot for this one. The Raw Tag Team division needs some fresh blood in it, and great to see the Viking Raiders back. Always been a big fan of theirs. Really enjoyed their work. So yeah, get them on back in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really happy about that as well. Just adds that little something back to the tag team division.
Which I know Vincent Mann isn't a huge fan of tag teams, but I think tag teams are here to stay, and we need it. I think it makes a great change from seeing singles competition all the time. So yeah, bring back the tag teams. The tag team division needs a bit of heating up in there. So yeah, welcome this back. Yeah, welcome back.
Okay, next one. We were introduced to Alexa Bliss's new friend Lily. Now, a little bit of background from our perspective here. We both came out of WrestleMania very confused about what was happening with the storyline. And I think we were both kind of relying on Monday Night Raw to give us a few answers. And they didn't really, did they?
No. Just when you thought we were going to get answers, we ended up with more questions.
Yeah.
It was a little bit confused with this one. I'm not sure whether they're going for the whole Alexa Bliss is now in charge kind of angle. By the looks of it, maybe they've split Bliss and the Fiend away completely. Interesting new idea with a new character in there, Lily. Merchandise, obviously. They'll be on T-shirts and probably puppets and all this kind of stuff, same as they did with the Firefly Funhouse characters. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. Is Lily in control of Alexa Bliss? Maybe, I don't know. It's all going a bit darker, a bit more mysterious. I think fans are getting a little bit fed up with the story now. I still quite like it. It's got some interesting moments in it. I'm kind of glad they finished the Orton Fiend feud now, because I think that had gone its course. I think WrestleMania was a little bit confusing, a bit unusual. Why they went for that finish? We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how it all builds out. But hopefully they'll make a good story out of this. And I do like a good story.
Yeah, definitely. I think be interesting to see what happens with that storyline going forward.
Yeah.
I hope they don't drag it out too long. With just leaving the fans sort of lurking as to what's happening. But we'll see
maybe take it up towards SummerSlam or whatever, and then sort of finish it off.
We'll see what we've got planned. And my final point for Raw last week: Drew McIntyre earns the right to face Bobby Lashley for the title at WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah, hot for that. Hot for that. I think it was inevitable. It was going to come anyway, especially by the fact that they've put the tag WrestleMania onto the title of Backlash. So I thought a rematch was most likely to happen. I'm up for that. It was good. I like Drew. I like Bobby. Yeah, I wouldn't be quite happy to see them bash the hell out of each other again. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Please.
And then let's skip forward to Raw this week then. So my first point, obviously we saw the return of Charlotte Flair the week before. This week she was suspended and fined $100,000 for attacking the official.
That's a lot of money.
So
I'm hot for this. I like this. I kind of like the unhinged Charlotte Flair. I like it when she's playing the heel. She does a marvelous job of it. I'm interested to see where this goes. Is she going? They're saying that she's been suspended. Will she will she appear at shows and just sort of be lurking in the background, sneak attacks on Rhea? Let's see where it goes. But yeah, I like this. I do like this.
Yeah, I think it's good. It kind of reminds me of when they did it with Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
with the police officers and things like that. Very similar to that.
I'm quite happy to see that. Yeah, quite happy to see something like that again.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, next one we have conflict between Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, potentially looking at team splits.
Split them up, please. Yeah, please split them up. I like Shayna Baszler. I've got to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Nia Jax. But I don't like them putting as I've said in previous videos, I don't like them putting two individuals together and calling them a tag team. So yeah, split these two up. Shayna deserves a good solo run. I'd like to see Shayna and Rhea again. That would be good. So yeah, please split them up.
Yeah. I agree with all of that. Shayna Baszler just needs to. She needs to run on her own. She needs the big belt.
Yeah, get them split up. My only concern is I don't know where the tag titles will go if they do split them up, because at the moment I don't see a team that's strong enough to hold them. My guess is probably that they'll probably end up be somebody like Natalya and Tamina. Again, two people they throw together and call them a tag team. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'd like the Riot Squad to have them, in all honesty. Love the Riot Squad.
Okay, so next we have obviously the new United States champion Sheamus attacking Humberto Carrillo.
Okay, I like this. I'm hot for this. We haven't seen Humberto Carrillo much in for a while. So interesting to get him back on there. I like fresh faces, new challenges. Sheamus, I think, holds the belt well. So I'm hot for this. I'm very interested in this.
It's Humberto Carrillo, I would have thought would have been on the potential releases video that we did. So obviously they had stuff planned for him. It's good to see him. Good to see him back. So like you say, you haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, there's a few names that we haven't seen in a while, and I've been surprised that they didn't come up on that release schedule. I'm happy with that.
Interested to see where that story goes.
See where it goes.
Okay, next point, following up from our earlier one we were talking about the week before. They're suggesting that Lily is in control of Alexa Bliss, and there were a couple of points that Alexa Bliss made. She said Lily didn't like him, which I assume is referring to the Fiend.
I would assume.
And she said Lily doesn't like any of you, referring to the rest of the Raw Women's division.
Okay.
What are we thinking about this?
I think this is suggesting obviously that that Lily is going to be in control of Alexa Bliss. I'm interested in this. It'd be interesting to see where this goes. I quite like this. There was something similar that happened in Lucha Underground. But I'm not going to go too much into that because I know that the wrestling guy hasn't watched the whole of Lucha Underground yet. But they did something very similar. So I'd be interested to see where this kind of storyline goes with this. So yeah. That'd
be interesting. They're doing that slow build that we're looking for, which is good.
Yeah, and at the moment, while they still don't have, while they've gone back to the Thunderdome and things like that, we don't have the live fans there. This is the opportunity to build on characters, build on storylines. You've got the potential there to do it without the fans there, so get into it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and my last point for Raw, Mace and T-Bar attacked Drew McIntyre, and then Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman unmasked Mace and T-Bar.
Yeah, I'm hot for this. I'm very interested to see where this goes. I think it's been overdue. This is obviously the end of Retribution as a whole now. Which I think was a missed opportunity in my opinion. I think there was so much potential there. From when they came out to start with, they were like the Nexus with the attacks ripping up the ring and all that kind of stuff. And I was hot for that. I was really liking that. And then it all went wrong. And that was a real shame. That was a real shame. I think there was so much opportunity in there, especially with them bringing Ali in on it as well. I really liked that. But yeah. Get them unmasked, give them some proper names again, and let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. But yeah, I think they would. Yeah, I think just having them walking around in the masks and that now, it was just it's over and done with now. Retribution's done with. So
see what happens going forward. And obviously MVP was down at ringside when all of this was going on, suggesting a potential hurt business.
That would be interesting. Or, I could see that. Yeah, bodyguards for Lashley. I could see that happening. Or hired assassins or whatever to try and take out Drew before WrestleMania Backlash, maybe. So we'll see where it goes.
Okay, so that was Raw over the past 2 weeks. Now we're going to move on to NXT, which brings me on to my first point. First night on Tuesday nights of NXT.
Yeah.
And we had some good stuff actually happen on the first NXT after Stand and Deliver, which was really good, by the way.
Really enjoyed that.
My first point, Frankie Monet debuting on NXT.
Yay!
Which we're happy about.
Happy to see that. Frankie Monet, aka Taya Valkyrie. They've been giving us the vignettes for the last few weeks, and now she's here. So, welcome. Let's see what Frankie can do. I'm really looking forward to seeing her in the ring. The women's division needs some fresh faces, some fresh blood in there. So
definitely. Yeah, so happy on that one.
Yeah.
This next point I know that you're hot on, the Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell romance story.
Like I said, I like a good storyline. I'm hot for this. I really like Dexter Loomis as a character. I think his character work is absolutely fantastic. I'm liking this whole love interest thing with Indy Hartwell. Let's see where this goes. I can see this being a little bit quirky, a little bit silly, a little bit of fun in there as well. But why not? Let's go for it.
Let's see what happens. This next one was big. Kashida wins the Cruiserweight Championship off of Santos Escobar.
Yeah, hot for that.
Which was really good.
Yeah, hot for that.
Well deserved.
Yeah, really like Santos Escobar. Really like Kashida as well. I think Kashida's since his return has been putting in some great work, and they're really showing his work ethic in there. And I just think this is a nice little way of thanking him for his hard work, giving him a title. Yeah, brilliant. Again,
it's well deserved.
Yeah, again, fresh faces, new challenges on there as well. Let's see what happens on there. We'd be quite happy to see a rematch as well on there. I think they did some good stuff in the ring together. So well done, Kashida. Well deserved.
Yeah, definitely. This next point is just a nice one that I've thrown in there. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Bella joined Raquel Gonzalez on NXT, and they're all stood together with their belts that they've won over the weekend. Just a nice touch that they've put in there.
Beautiful touch, beautiful touch. Well done, Triple H, for organising that and getting that together. I think it's a nice little way of showing their build up from NXT up to the main roster, and obviously with Raquel Gonzalez on there as well. showing the three of them. I think it also shows the potential for Raquel Gonzalez in the future as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, really nice touch that. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just a nice thing that they throw in there. And my final point for the first week of NXT, MSK, obviously your new NXT Tag Team Champions, defeated Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, who we saw on the kickoff show. Was it night 2?
Night 2 wasn't
Night 2 of Stand and Deliver. So they did beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
MSK got to defend their titles against somebody on their first run. So yeah, it might as well be them. I think there were other tag teams in there that would deserve a good shot on there. I'm sure we'll get to that in just a moment. But yeah, okay. Yeah. Neither hot or cold on that one, to be honest. I'm just like, okay.
Okay, so then we had this week on NXT, LA Knight beats Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
Is this the start of an LA Knight push?
Yeah. I'm hot for this. I do like LA Knight.
Yeah.
Really, really good. I can see great potential in him. Great talker on the mic skills, absolutely fantastic. Good in the ring. Good to watch. I enjoy watching him. I couldn't see this being the potential here for either the North American title or maybe pushing up for the big one. I would imagine maybe the North American title first, because that's almost like the equivalent of the Intercontinental or the US title, isn't it? Kind of build your way up towards that top spot. But yeah, I like this. I'm hot for this.
Yeah. Next up, we have Saray, who we saw in the crowd, obviously, at Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
She debuted and she beat Zoe Stark, which was good to see. And then Toni Storm beats up Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
Obviously, we saw they had a match on the kickoff show of night 1.
Yes.
Stand and Deliver.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Good.
It's an interesting little story that they've got.
Yeah. Good. Build up a bit of heat amongst the women's division. Yeah. I really like that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Saray, another fresh face on there for the women's roster as well. Yeah. So let's see where all this leads. But yeah, interesting.
Quite a big one. Kylie Riley defeats Cameron Grimes. Potential push for #1 contender.
I think so. Yeah. I'm hot for this. I really like Kylie Riley. I listed him recently as one of my top 3s. I really like Kylie Riley at the moment, and why not? I could see this Killian Cross and Kylie Riley having a match. I think would be fantastic. So there'd be some great work in there. So yeah, I'm hot for this. Yeah, let's push him up to the #1 contenders.
Definitely.
Smart.
Okay, next one, Kashida, his first title defense of the Cruiserweight Championship. He defeats only Lorcan to retain the title.
Yeah.
Good match.
Yeah, good match. Good match. Again, you've got to put your first title defense against somebody.
Yeah.
Only Lorcan's a good pick for me, in all honesty. I like Only Lorcan. He does some great work in the ring. Be interesting to see where the Cruiserweight title's going, and who they're going to be throwing up against Kashida.
Yeah.
I like this. Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. And the final point for NXT, I know you'll be happy about this. The Grizzled Young Veterans beat Breezango. Are we looking at, again, another potential #1 contenders?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I think that the Grizzled Young Veterans need to push up towards a rematch against MSK. Let's see what happens. I hope they do a little bit more of a slow build on this. I hope they keep having them defeat different people until it gets to the point where MSK have no other choice but to defend the titles against them.
Yeah.
So I love the Grizzled Young Veterans. So go on.
So 2 strong weeks of NXT there by the sound of it.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, really, really good. Let's move on to SmackDown. So obviously, on the first SmackDown after WrestleMania, we saw Apollo Crews' new commanding officer. Now, at WrestleMania, he obviously had this intervention from Babacato to help him win the Intercontinental title. We have now been given information that this guy is now called Aziz. How are we feeling about this?
I like that. I like that. It's a good name. I think he's given him the title of commander, hasn't he, as well? Commanding officer. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Definitely. So I think Apollo Cruz's current character would work really well with a little unit of people around him. I'm hoping maybe they're going to add a couple more in, maybe build it up a little bit, almost make it like a 2021 version of the Nation of Domination. Something like that would I think would be interesting. Just a little faction to sort of build up some interest. Yeah, I like this. I'm interested to see where it goes. Again, it's another fresh face holding a title. There's so much potential in there for some interesting matches in there as well. So let's see where it goes.
Definitely. Yeah. This next one, not really important, but just kind of throw it in there. Kevin Owens defeats Sami Zayn via count out. Typical WrestleMania rematch in there. Yeah. So yeah, a little bit cold for this one. If I'm honest, didn't really interest me. I really enjoyed them WrestleMania match. The rematch. I mean, the problem is with the shows after WrestleMania, the Raw and the Smackdown. You tend to typically get those WrestleMania rematches. They're just not as interesting the second time around. So especially after such a short space of time. But yeah, it was a fair enough match, but a count out as well. Yeah. This next one, I know we both were interested in. Cesaro was attacked by Seth Rollins in the main event. But we did get a tease of Cesaro potentially being involved in the Universal Championship picture at some point.
Yeah, hot for this.
Obviously, the verbal attack by Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm hot for this. I really liked the bit as well where they Cesaro got in the ring, went to get the mic, and they just got straight back out and walked off. I thought that was really good. I liked that, something a bit different. But I really liked that. It was almost that kind of you might have won a WrestleMania match, but you're not worthy of competing for this.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really like that as a touch. So yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. I think Cesaro would deserve this. Again, I hope another slow build. They build up maybe for SummerSlam again. So, but it's going to be great to see when the fans get back in, to see Cesaro section signs coming back out again, get the fans cheering for him. So yeah, it's well deserved. And you see it online. A lot of the fans are turning around and saying, yeah, well done, Cesaro. It's about time you had this opportunity. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I really hope they do something with this.
Yeah. And the final point is just a nice little one I threw in there. Bianca Bella obviously had a victory celebration with the Street Profits for her SmackDown Women's Championship. Just a nice one.
I like that. It's that little touch of reality in amongst our wrestling as well. Celebrating with her husband, I thought that's a really nice touch. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then we moved on to this week. So obviously, past Friday we've just had, we had obviously Daniel Bryan joined forces with Cesaro. And then they had obviously a tag match. It was Daniel Bryan and Cesaro versus Rollins and Jey Uso.
Yep. Yeah, I like this. This is interesting. Interesting as well, the reports this week that have suggested that Daniel Bryan didn't want to really be in the main event of WrestleMania. So then having him come out and doing this with Cesaro, going to be interesting. I think it's just trying to make sure that we keep Cesaro up at the front of people's attention, get the fans interested, get again working on that slow build. He's not putting his hands on Roman Reigns just yet. He's got to get through Jey Uso and still Seth Rollins is in there as well. So I mean, what a great lineup in there as well. Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, and Daniel Bryan. I mean, you've got 4 great wrestlers in there as well, putting on a great match. So
definitely. Okay, and then that leads me on to the next point. Obviously, at the end of the show, Roman Reigns challenged Daniel Bryan to a title match on SmackDown next week, with the stipulation that if he loses, he will never be seen on SmackDown again.
Interesting. I like this. Is this going to be a ploy to move Daniel Bryan over to Raw? Is this going to be something where they're going to suggest that maybe Daniel Bryan is finished and he's going to retire? They're saying that his contract is due up very, very soon. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, this is again, nice little bit of storytelling. Yeah, I like this. I like little bits of storyline.
Okay, next one we have the Mysterios. Obviously, Dominic and Rey defeated Otis and Gable. Could be in line for a title match against the Dirty Dogs.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I would like to see definitely. That. Rude and Ziggler versus the Mysterios, I think would be great. That gets a big thumbs up from me. I'm hot for that one. Definitely.
Yeah, I think
so. Again, tag team division, spicing up a little bit more on SmackDown. So I'm getting interested in that.
And this next one, I know we've been looking forward to for a while. We obviously saw the Aleister Black vignette, the first televised appearance in 6 months.
Yes.
Aleister Black. Yeah, we were
About
both waiting for
time.
this.
Yeah, about time. Yeah, it's very, very interesting little vignette in there as well. With his book in there. I've forgotten the title of it now. I think it was the Book of the Father or something like that. I think it was, but very interesting on there. Yeah, bring him on back. Yeah, got that darkness to it. Still got that edginess to it. Yeah, come on, Alistair, we need you back. So it'd be great to see you back in the ring again.
Yeah, definitely. And the final point for SmackDown, Bayley challenged Belair for the title, and this is a match set for WrestleMania Backlash.
Yep, I like this. Thumbs up. Yeah, I'm hot for this one. You knew it was going to come, especially seeing that Bayley missed out on her match at WrestleMania. Obviously, she did the stuff on stage with Titus and Hogan, and obviously the stuff that she was doing backstage as well. And obviously when she was messing around with the commentators and that as well. But it would have been nice to have seen her in the ring for WrestleMania. So yeah, this is fair. I like this. This is I was kind of surprised it was going to be Bayley rather than a rematch with Belair and Banks. But yeah, I'm happy for this. I like Bayley. Yeah. She's making a really good job of being a heel. So yeah, be interesting to see what. I think it could potentially
be a good match as well. Really looking forward to seeing that one. Yeah. So that was obviously Raw, NXT, and SmackDown over the past 2 weeks. And now we've just got a couple of general points that have happened in the wrestling world over the past 2 weeks. Obviously, the first one that we've got to talk about is the WWE releases.
Yeah.
So we had obviously 10 releases. Some surprising ones, some not so surprising ones in there.
Yeah. It was an interesting, some interesting choices in there. We've obviously the wrestling guys did a previous video on there. Do go back and check it out. It's interesting in there. I agree with the points that he made on there as well. There's a few on there that I'm sorry to see go. There was a couple of others on there that wasn't too surprised about. And yet there's still a few names on there that have stayed that I'm surprised we didn't see on the release because we haven't seen them around in a while. So, but yeah, so do check out the previous video.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, just a couple of other little points we had in there. Obviously, Pat McAfee's now joined the SmackDown announce team.
Yep,
which is cool.
Happy with that. He's interesting. He's interesting on the mic. So he makes it a little bit more interesting for us.
Obviously, one of the releases was Chelsea Green, and it's looking like Impact Wrestling is set to bring her back.
Yeah, so I can see that. Yeah, I can see they're doing her Lauren Van Ness gimmick again, which was really good. I used to like that over on Impact. So it'll be interesting to see where she goes.
This is quite an interesting one that we both saw a couple of days ago. WWE has fired Mark Carrano.
Yeah, Mark Carrano was part of talent relations, and apparently not a particularly nice guy when it came to the releases of certain superstars. And apparently he sent Mickie James a trash bag in the post, which not very good at all. It's a bit trolly, isn't it? Not a very nice touch on that one. Obviously, Mickie James obviously complained about it, and WWE have made the decision to fire him. Apparently, it's not the first time that this has happened as well. He's done things with similar stars that have been released. WWE got to protect their image. So so you can understand that happening. So not clever, Mark.
Yeah, definitely.
But sensible move by WWE there to protect their image.
A bit of a surprising one for both of us here. Obviously, it was announced that EC3 has been hospitalised for the past 5 days. I read a bit more into this online, and it turns out he had an infection which he ignored. And he put out a thing on social media saying he's been in hospital for the past 5 days, and looks like he's going to be in there for a bit longer as well. So
sorry to hear that. I'm a fan of EC3's. I really liked his stuff in Impact. Shame that they didn't do more with him when he was on NXT. But we wish you a speedy recovery here.
Definitely.
We hope that things go well for you. We're going to be keeping an eye on this one because we are EC3 fans, so we just want to keep an eye on that. But best of luck. Hope it all goes well.
A bit more of a positive one. Obviously, Ronda Rousey announcing that she is pregnant.
Yay!
So, that's a nice one to read about on there.
That's a nice one. So, congratulations to Ronda Rousey and her husband, Travis Brown, as well. So, that's great news. We knew that she'd gone off with the idea that she wanted to get pregnant. So this is the news that we've been waiting for. Obviously, it means that she's not going to be back in the ring for any time soon. Will she be coming back to the WWE is still the question that I think a lot of people would like answered. But yeah, great news. What a great bit of news that is.
Yeah, definitely. And my final point, this is quite an interesting one. Kurt Angle put out a very interesting statement saying he has ruled out wrestling for AEW and reveals he has something going on with the WWE right now, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm happy to hear that. I think a lot of fans would probably say from the last sort of few matches that Angle had that his body's starting to slow down a bit. He's not as quick or as agile as he was, and I think sometimes you just have to know when to call it a day. So I think this is a smart move. Obviously, he had his time in WWF, WWE, Impact, everywhere else. So yeah, I think a lot of fans were probably expecting him to turn up on AEW as a surprise. But yeah, I think this is a sensible move. I'm fascinated to hear what this secret project is. That's going to be interesting. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that one. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I think Kurt Angle would make a great ambassador for the brand. He's got all the skills there. Hoping that maybe he'll do some training work and things like that with the NXT talent. Can help them work on moves, submissions, mic skills, things like that as well. So really happy to hear that he's sticking around with WWE.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the news from us for Raw, Smackdown, NXT, and some general wrestling news over the past 2 weeks. If we have missed anything interesting, let us know down below in the comment section, and let us know your opinions on everything that's happened over the past 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the chairman for joining us again today. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and we will see you next time.